You got a big championship lead, but how do you kind of view it as you move into the second half of this championship? Is it one where you're starting to even think about managing in any sense?
I don't think so, no. Like I've said in the previous interviews, I think everyone's just so close in speed that it's like you can't fully quite going in, relax, and I'm just going to manage it because, I mean, Coop can come out this weekend and win, and I could have a turbo race and he could make all. I mean, it's not a full moto, so I can't fully have a DNF yet. So it's still not relaxing. We're still taking it race by race and try and get just as big as gap as we try and possibly can. Just for those times when it does go wrong and we have that bit of room for error, you know.
Is there anything different about racing the 450 guys in a championship fight that you feel is different from the 250 guys? Like the way that they approach attacking you in a race or anything along those lines?
I think a big thing is, I mean, each weekend, I think it's the same with a few guys in 250, but I feel like in 450 each weekend, every guy comes back and doesn't really show the white flag at all. Each time they come in and trying to win. But I feel like in 250 we had like the guys that I versed, like McAdoo, RJ, who else did I race? Levi. Those guys, they never really those guys didn't throw in the white flag, but some guys did just gave up a little early. Oh, okay, we're here and kind of relax. But those guys, they don't stop at all. Even in races, I feel like they keep going, keep trying to close that gap or at least hold that gap, you know. So it's and obviously I think the experience side of things is such a different level, and with the races also in 450, their IQs are kind of a different level, you know. The racing IQ is very, very high, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, this is our fourth mud race of the year, muddy conditions. Is there any different prep that you're doing going into these with bike setup or yourself?
Not quite sure. I haven't done anything yet. I mean, I rode a dry track on Wednesday, so we'll see how it goes. But no, we're just going to go in open-minded and just go have fun in the mud, I guess.
Is it kind of cool to come up here and be leading the points and be in front of the hometown fans like this?
Yeah, it is. It's cool for sure. This race, and then obviously having Washougal as an outdoor is really special. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting to see some family, which is nice, and sure a lot of friends will be out here tomorrow and fans. So, it's a pretty special race.
How much different is it to go on a long break as the points leader? Like, does your mindset feel a little bit like, I got to take it easy. I don't need to have a weird practice crash, or?
Yeah, it is. It's tough for sure, but luckily, just kind of stayed distracted with fishing and golf and everything that I didn't think too much about it really. I just had a good few weeks outdoors and then rode some Supercross, so it was pretty fun.
Trying to kind of break up your break a little bit like that, how important is it, do you feel, to do stuff like that, fishing, golfing, and just like try to get away from it a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's super important. Just get your mind off it, and we don't really typically get much time off as athletes, I guess you could say. So I made the most of it, and now I'm in the position where I feel like I can kind of do that kind of stuff more. And it was enjoyable. I went to the beach, did some chill things and just kind of hung out.
We obviously think it's going to be muddy or some shape of that tomorrow night. Are you excited for that, or is it like, not another one?
A little bit of both. I don't mind either way. I prefer it to be dry just because I want to have some more good racing, and this track, when it is dry, is fun. It's rutted and technical, so I hope it's not a mudder, but if it is what it is, I guess.
Man, another mud race this year. Are you guys just sick of it at this point?
It's definitely been tough. A lot of rain, a lot of wet conditions, a lot of tarps. We'll see. A lot of rain so far, but you never know. Dirtworks did some miracles at Birmingham, so hopefully we'll have the same tomorrow.
Is there any sort of, you guys have done this a few times already now, so kind of maybe suspension tweaks you're going to do throughout the day beforehand?
I've been lucky. My clickers haven't changed once this year, believe it or not. So, I feel like we've obviously accomplished a really good base setting for me. So, I'm sure we'll be sticking with that all day.
Moving into the second half of this season now, obviously things have gotten a little bit stretched out with you and Jett at this point. Is it just mindset every weekend going for the win?
It's tough, right? Last weekend was a bit devastating, a little bit out of our control, and lost a lot of points, unfortunately. So, it's one of those things that I think you got to go out and win, and at this point you got to see how it's going to play out, right? And anything can happen. We saw that last year. It was, it switched like a light quick. So, but with that being said, you're at a deficit, and it's everything you can to try to make that up. So I think, the the staying consistent is kind of gone now. You got to go win and take points from Jett for sure.
Coming back to this team this year, now 10 rounds in so far, has it been as you expected it to be back on this bike again, or any different in any form?
It's been unreal, man. It really has. For me, it's like been a really good year overall. Obviously, you have some highs, you have some lows throughout the season, but I think for me, like I said, it's just I've been really comfortable, been really happy. Feel like I've had really good speed, good fitness, good main events, good starts, and so I think for me, I look back at all my years of racing, and I do feel like this is maybe the strongest I've been, even though it's not results-wise maybe the most wins or anything like that. But I think I keep saying it. I think all of us are at the highest level that we've ever been. I can say that for myself, and I think for Chase, for Kenny, for even Eli, Jason, all the guys. I think we're really at a high level, and then you got the young buck Jett, who's at an even extremely higher level. So. You're getting the best of all of us. So I think for me, just, sure, I'd love more wins or more podiums and all that. But I think for me, I've been able to go to each round with a legit chance at winning or being on the podium. And that's all you can really ask for, I feel like.
Plates are white behind you. What's the story? What do we got going on here?
Just kind of a lot of thought and I guess some debrief with the team over the last couple of weeks. But ended up racing Dallas on the 450 and had a really good day and really good night, and just want to build from that. Don't want to take any steps backwards. I feel like I've been riding the 450 really well for the past year, going back to the World Supercross rounds in Melbourne, and just like I said, want to grow. I don't want to take any steps back, and I feel like, to be completely honest, I feel like I've peaked on 250. I just don't know if there's much more for me in that class, and just kind of want to see what I can do in the 450 class. So here to have some fun, here to do the best I can, and ultimately, hopefully get enough points for some super motocross races and see what we can do at the end of the year.
Going back to racing the 450 in Dallas, leaving there, were you, I guess, a little surprised at how well it went then, and how you're discussing getting back on it now this weekend?
I wouldn't say surprised, more I guess more confirmation, I guess, would be the right way of saying it. I always knew that I could do, or what I could do on the 450, and it was just a really good day all around. I felt like there was no pressure. I had fun, and that's kind of the whole another reason why I'm wanting to race the 450 the rest of the year. Is I just have fun on it. It's you have to ride it hard, and it's obviously a stacked class, and you have to go fast and stuff, but I feel like it's easier for me to go fast on a 450. It's just something that I've been working hard on, and I feel like the older I get, the more it suits my riding style. I'm not a 20-year-old kid anymore who wants to go send it and do jumps that you have to be perfect to make. So, just trying to play to my strengths here and grow as a racer and a rider, and see what we can do, and just having fun with it, yeah.
When you look at yourself and your skill set that you have, though, and how it stacks up against the 450 field, what kind of expectations are you putting on yourself?
I mean, there's always the expectations, and it's easy to put a number on it, but at the end of the day, if I'm racing and riding my best, then I'm happy here. I'm leaving here happy. So obviously there's so many stacked guys, and I feel like, I don't know, I go down to it, and it's like, if I'm not in the top 5 on a 250, it's not a very good night, and a top 10 in the 450 class would be amazing. So anywhere from that 10 to 12 mark has kind of always been my goal, always will be my goal. And obviously if better is available, then we're going to jump on it. But just consistently being there in the main events and fighting hard, and battling the guys that maybe I know I can, but also, I don't know, I just go back to like the World Supercross round in Melbourne, and like I raced with Kenny pretty good there, and it was, obviously I know different conditions and all that, but when I was racing him, it was just like I was telling myself, like, just hold him off one more lap, just one more lap. So I don't know, I kind of feel like that's kind of my mentality coming here, is if I can start in front of a couple of those really, really fast guys and hold them off one lap at a time and just grow from there, then it's a great night. So 10 to 12 is kind of, if you want to put a number on it, is kind of where I want to be, but we'll see tomorrow night.
Well, I know San Diego it didn't quite go as planned, but last time we had a mud race in San Francisco, the California kid won a heat race. So are we feeling a little vibes about that this weekend?
No, for sure. And I told Will that and everyone else, like, the mud just takes the pressure off, I think. But yeah, hopefully it's rain or shine. We're ready to go, and tomorrow's gonna be a good night. I like it up north more than anywhere else, so I don't know what it is about it, but I just vibe with up north weather and everything else. So yeah, rain or shine, we're ready to go.
In the break for you is obviously kind of a long one. What were some of the key things that you were trying to work on to maybe improve going into the second half?
Yeah, it wasn't much Supercross like we rode the last 2 weeks of it, but it was more moto. I didn't ride much moto before getting on Supercross, so tested a little bit, did some motos, got our work in, so we're not super behind going into outdoors. We've kind of got it out of the way already, so. But honestly, I think outdoors helps with Supercross. Coming back, it slowed everything down. Made the main event feel a little bit shorter since outdoors is a bit longer, but I think both ways they help each other. Yeah, I'm excited.
You've only raced 5 pro Supercrosses, but it kind of doesn't feel like that because you did a lot of the futures and stuff like that. Do you look at this as like a real rookie season, or do you feel like you've already kind of just jumped in and it's normal?
I feel, yeah, it's both. I think even the team, like, they didn't look at me as a rookie because it just seems like I've been racing a little bit longer. Doing futures, and then almost 2 years now I did a couple outdoors. And then last year I did more futures and then a full season. So like seems like I've been around for a lot more time than I have, but I think, yeah, it doesn't feel like a rookie season at all.
Obviously, it's going to be muddy or some form of rainy conditions. Is that something you look forward to?
Yeah, I mean, either it's kind of funny for me. I either like it to be a full-on mudder, like San Francisco, or nothing at all. So like it's kind of sketchy when it's in between because guys are still jumping stuff and like kind of sending it. So when it rains, I like it to really rain.
Yeah, it's been quite a few of these this year already. Is it something that you're just sick of it at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple domes coming up, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's been a crazy year so far.
Coming back out on the West Coast this week for you guys, was there any sort of change up to the program with testing this week at all?
No, not really. I mean, I haven't rode during the week since Glendale. I tweaked my back and just trying to figure it out. So I've been just showing up and racing on the weekends.
Is it just a muscle thing or something in your spine that's going on?
Yeah, just some. Yeah, it's in my vertebrae. I have an MRI and CT scan scheduled for when I get back. So I'm sure there'll be more. I'll hear more from them when I figure it out.
How challenging is that to push through, like for a full distance, or is it just like one lap stuff?
One lap stuff is fine. I can do that. It's more like the main events. Like when the main events time comes, it's definitely a struggle. But getting that good old Toradol shot.
First of all, tell me about what the heck is going on with the blue bike behind you, because you guys are a KTM team, but blue?
I know. I don't know. It's a little change up, but I like the look of it. It's something different. I'm stoked. It's gonna look a little weird from the front fender with a blue front fender, but I'm stoked.
Yeah. Obviously, coming off of a really long break, how did it treat you? Did you feel like you made some steps forward coming into the next half of the season?
Oh, for sure. I made some good progress. I'm stoked to get back on the line. I've been trying to perfect my starts. Been just working on corners, just everything on a dirt bike. Just want to feel more comfortable. Made some changes to the bike, and I'm looking forward to getting back on that line.
What's the one thing at the first 5 rounds you feel like was just kind of missing piece for you that you're looking to right the ship now?
I'd say the mud races definitely threw a curveball at me. I hadn't ridden like a real mud Supercross race last year at all. So this year that definitely threw a curveball, and we got a few of them when we might have one this weekend.
So what are you going to do if it's muddy again? Just send it this time, I guess?
Honestly, I think that's what I did wrong at the mud races. Was I kind of sent it too much, and I ended up on the ground way too much. So obviously you want to ride smart always, but not too smart. There's always a fine line. So I just want to, I don't know, stay up.
Yeah.
Stay off the ground.
I think I saw this week you were doing something with Colby down in San Diego or something, or I don't know how long ago that was, Raha, but
it was Raha. That was a while ago.
Oh, it was a while ago?
I've done some stuff with Raha. He's the homie.
But you do a lot of this kind of like, I don't know, just random little free ride stuff, find hip jumps and stuff. How much do you think that kind of like helps you with bike control and stuff, getting ready for Supercross again?
I think bike control is everything, honestly. And obviously I do the free ride stuff. I make sure I get my work done. I'm on a full training program. I've been on a boot camp for the past month. I make sure I get all my training done, and then I go and have fun. Just like same thing I was when I was a kid. Obviously, I wasn't on a training program back then, but I love riding dirt bikes, so that free ride stuff is just extra for me. I'd never substitute the workout for fun stuff.
Just getting back to the swing of things and racing again, how difficult has that transition been to just kind of get back in the flow?
Man, it's been tough. Coming back from that injury, lost a lot of fitness, lost a lot of riding time. Joining a series where there's already more guys than there was last year, top guys, and then, they've gotten, I think they had 6 or 7 races already under their belts. So just trying to get back in the racing, get more comfortable, get more confident. It's been tough, but, the only way to do it is to do it. So we're here.
Does it help at all fitness-wise to have a mutter, or is that just like kind of a curveball, or what is it?
I mean, it helps fitness-wise, but, still have to be fast and be comfortable. So, I mean, it definitely helps in the duration. We just got to get to the duration.
Yeah, getting used to this machine again and just kind of getting the flow of stuff. Much bike changes or anything along those lines, or are you sticking with the setup?
Yeah, we've made quite a bit of changes from last year. Like, I got 3 races on this last year at kind of easier tracks, so didn't really get to put it through like any testing. And then I missed all my testing time this year, so we're testing each week. Like, I got new stuff for this week. Basically had new stuff every week, so just trying to find something.
How much of a challenge is that then, because you don't really get to go just kind of ride and get back into routine? It's just kind of constantly juggling setups like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, during the week, like, there's no testing days. It's like, try something new and do my motos with it. And hope it works. Like, if I have something that I don't like I still am doing my 20 with it, and I just have to make it through, and then make a change and hope it's better for the next one. Like, there's no, let me do 2 or 3 laps and do that all day. So it's, do my motos and test in the process, which is already more difficult.
You guys do a little bit of bike work right now. Is this just prep for the mud tomorrow, or what is it?
For the mud, yes, but not really, I guess. Just kind of getting it overall prepped. I threw some X-Trigs on there. I have them on my practice bike, so finally swapped to the race bike. Little suspension swap, a little bit stiffer of a setup. Then just the basics, some new graphics, some new grip tape. Maybe throw some foam in there tomorrow morning, though.
Feels like the last 5 or so rounds, you've really started to kind of find your form again a little bit. What is it that's kind of changed for you, feel like, in the last few weeks?
Maybe better racetracks, maybe.
Okay.
Obviously Anaheim 1 was good. Somewhat good. I think I qualified like 34th. That wasn't good, but I got 6th in the LCQ. I mean, 100 was just 5th, so couldn't be too mad about that, And then San Francisco mutter, San Diego mutter again, but I dislocated my shoulder in the first practice, so then I missed was at A2, I think, after. And then I just been trying to click off solid races and just get my laps in, man. That's the big part. And I've had solid weeks at Club MX during the week, so just carrying that into race day is the main thing.
I'm sure you guys are probably sick of mutters, but do you come into this weekend thinking like, ooh, this is an opportunity to maybe sneak like a really good result in here?
Yeah, yes and no. Honestly, at San Francisco, we only had the 1 practice, and to be 100% transparent, didn't even make the night show. So, and that was just straight up like me. Like, I went out there and was just rolling around, and I was like, wow, dude, And just trying to take a different approach this weekend at it. I wasn't even negative. Like, I was pumped for the mud. Like, that's what I was thinking of. Oh yeah, get a solid result and make it happen. But whatever, it is what it is. Here, hopefully it's not super bad. Hopefully it's more of like a Birmingham. I'm gonna keep the hopes high on that one. But yeah. So.